Guys, what's up? It's your girl Tash. Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I am so excited because this video was actually requested through my DMs on Instagram. I got a message through Snapchat as well as from some people that my fiance knows. And they want to know, how do you do your makeup? So I thought it would be really fun to go through the basics. Now, these are not 20-somethings. Not that there's anything wrong with that. These are not 20-somethings that are wanting to know how to do their makeup. They're women that are in their 30s and older. And so my first and most important piece of advice to you is stop watching the 20-something videos on YouTube, because in all honesty, you are gonna wind up getting frustrated. You're gonna throw your makeup or whatever it is that you do to let off steam, and your biggest question is gonna be, why don't I look like that? Well, I'm gonna tell you why. Because ladies, gents, our skin is different than theirs. They have that beautiful, innocent, fresh, smooth skin, most of them, and we're aging. So first and foremost, get yourself some good skincare. You've got to take care of your skin. Secondly, stop over applying products to your face, because you're going to wind up with cake face, okay? So I'm going to show you how you should be applying your makeup, in my opinion, for it to look more like your skin, but just better, and not to have the dry, cakey, creasy under eyes, and just the basics. You know, they do makeup a lot different these days, and that's the biggest thing that I tell my mom. Like, she's like, I want to wear makeup, but I don't know how. And I'm like, oh honey, but you do. Because I used to love watching my mom apply her makeup. She just looked so beautiful. Like, it was flawless. My mom's makeup has always been flawless. My mom's gorgeous without makeup, but when she puts her makeup on, it's just like, damn girl, like, it just enhances her natural beauty that much more, and she just looks completely flawless. So I'm gonna stop yapping because we're already going on like 3 minutes and I just want to get into it. So first things first, I'm gonna go ahead and grab a headband because I don't want it in my hair. It's already gonna be all over my shirt. So the first question that is important that you need to ask yourself is, what kind of skin do I have? Do I have oily skin? Do I have dry skin? Or do I have combo? Okay? Because believe it or not, ladies, that does make a difference. If you have oily skin, you are going to want to start off with a mattifying primer. Okay? Basically what that's going to do is it's going to mattify your skin, and it is going to help suck up any of that excess oil that's trying to peek through, that's giving you trouble when you're trying to apply your base, which is your foundation, okay? Now, the best and most affordable one that I can think of off the top of my head that I used in my teens when I had oily skin is the Rimmel Stay Matte, okay? And it looks like this. You can get this primer for under $6 at Walmart, and it does not matter what foundation you use with this primer, y'all. It is going to mattify. It's going to mattify, okay? So if you have dry skin, like myself, you're going to want to get yourself a moisturizing primer. Now, my favorite one is, and I'm not using it today, that's why I didn't have it ready to show you guys. This is the Maybelline Master Prime Hydrate and Smooth. Anything that's hydrating is really going to hydrate and replenish the skin. It's going to smooth out that texture, and it's going to make your base ready for the makeup application, okay? So if you're applying makeup without a primer and you have texture, you have large pores, your makeup is not going to go on smoothly. It's not going to go on evenly. It's just going to look a hot mess, and that is what primers are for, okay? So also, if you have large pores, you do want to get yourself something that says pore refining, pore filling, and whatnot. And I'm actually going to show you guys one of my favorites today, if I can find her in here. Oh, here we go. Now, this is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. You've probably heard your daughter, your niece, or whoever talking about this, raving about it, maybe even your best friend, okay? This is a putty primer, and what it is a dupe for is the Tasha the Silk Canvas Primer, which you do not need. It is $52. This one is $8, and it just looks like putty, okay? Let's show you the texture here. Now, what this is going to do, you're going to rub it in between your fingers. And you're just going to kind of warm it up a little bit, and you're going to press it into the areas where you have issues with pores. Now, I have already moisturized my face and applied my eyebrows. We will get there, though. I'm not going to leave y'all in the dark. And I'm just going to rub this on my under eye where I have lines from where I'm starting to age, here in my laugh lines, and down here where I have large pores. After I apply this and let it sit, I'm going to apply my hydrating primer in the areas where I have dry patches and my skin is just like thirsting for that moisture, okay? And again, that's gonna help my foundation to go on smoother. Okay, so we're done with that. It should be all rubbed in. Now what I'm going to do, I guess I am going to use this one. This is my Ride or Die. This one is under $8 at Walmart. Again, this is the Maybelline Master Prime Hydrate and Blur. Hydrate and Smooth. And this is like a lotion texture. I'm just going to show you guys because I'm only using a little bit. And you're just going to rub this between your hands as well. This is how I like to do mine. I always warm my primers up. I don't know why, I just do. And I'm putting it on my nose where I'm super dry. Down here and right here. Also on my cheek area, underneath my eyes. Now you may not need to apply your primer the way that I am. Everybody has different skin issues, different textures, different blemishes and things like that that they need to cover up. You're going to tailor it towards yourself. But these are the primers that I recommend for dry skin, oily skin. And if you have combo, you're just going to do the same thing. You can use both, like I just did. I use this for large pores. I do not have oily skin anymore. So if you have large pores, you're going to put it in your T-zone where you have large pores, okay? T. And then for the hydrating one, you can put this all over. If you have dry skin all over, whatever you need to do, you tailor it to fit your needs, okay? All right, you guys, so the next step that you want to figure out is for your foundation. If you have oily skin, a really good one is the Maybelline Matte and Poreless. This is going to mattify your skin, and it's just going to look really beautiful on your skin, and it's going to keep those oils at bay, okay? But it's not going to be that really dry, suck your face in tight matte. This is a really comfortable matte foundation, and these are about $6 at Walmart, okay? The next one, if you have dry skin, you can still use this because it's a comfort matte. Like I don't have dry skin all over my entire face. I just have like dry patches. So I can still use the Matte and Poreless. It's a very beautiful, flawless, full coverage foundation. Okay, so for the dry skin gals that you know, you have full on dry skin, ladies, there's one for you as well. It is also by Maybelline. I promise you, this video is not sponsored. I can't get sponsored content right now. But Maybelline is my favorite brand. So for dry skin, I like the Dewy and Smooth. Again, these are about $6 at Walmart. They're full coverage. They're beautiful. You cannot go wrong with these foundations. However, I'm not using these today because I'm actually testing out another one, but these are Ride or Dies for me. I always have these in my makeup drawer. So I'm gonna go ahead and go, you know what, I'll just apply my foundation on camera. I'm just not gonna show you guys what I'm using. So I have dry skin, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply a foundation that is kind of luminous and dewy because it's also going to help me keep kind of a youthful look to my face, more so than if I were to apply the wrong kind of foundation. Like for full on oily skin, I can't get away with that because it's gonna make me look dry. It's gonna make my skin look crepey, and it's gonna make my skin look like, what the hell is she doing? You know what I mean? Like, it's just, that is why a lot of people have problems with their makeup. Like when I was a teenager and my skin went from oily to dry, I still continued to wear mattifying makeup, and I'm like, why does my makeup look so bad? That is why. It makes a huge difference. So now that my primer has sat for a few, I'm gonna go ahead and start applying my foundation. And you can apply this however you want. You can use a sponge, and I love the Real Technique sponge. These are about $5 or $6 at Walmart. Or you can pick up a foundation brush. Doesn't matter. To me, it just needs to be like a flat top brush like this, and you want the bristles to be kind of dense so that it really applies that product without leaving brush strokes. So I'll do half of my face with the brush and the other half of my face with the sponge. So going in with the brush, I'm just gonna start buffing this out. And the biggest thing that I can tell you is start with a little bit. Do not add too much because you can always add more, but you can't take away. So I would just dot a little bit all over your face and then just blend it out and see where you need more coverage. And you also want to take it at least down this far because you do not want those harsh makeup lines. When I was in high school, that was my biggest thing. I would forget to blend it down the neck. Do not forget your neck. And if you're going to wear a shade darker than your skin tone, that's fine. It still looks gorgeous. Just don't forget your ears and don't forget your neck. Okay, so that side's looking really good, really smooth. Now, if you use a brush and you get brush strokes, just take your sponge and tap it into your skin. Blend it out. It's all good. I'm going to take the other side and use my sponge. And all you're doing is patting motions, in case you've never used a sponge before. Now, these are tools that I prefer to use. You can still use your fingers. Yes, that is the thing. Personally, I just like how these apply my makeup. And you will get into your groove as well of how you like to apply your makeup. So don't feel like you can't still use your fingers, because you can. Alright, so I do like the coverage. I think it looks pretty, but especially on this side, I want to add a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And when I come back, I'm going to teach you guys how to apply concealer the right way, not the 20-year-old way. Okay, so foundation is completely on. I did want to mention before we move into concealer that the difference between these two is a sponge is going to give you more of a sheer coverage, because this, I forgot to tell you guys, dampen your sponge. Don't apply it with a dry sponge. You want to dampen this, squeeze all of the excess water out until you cannot squeeze anymore. Your sponge is going to get a little bit larger, and then you can use it to apply your foundation. I'm really sorry, you guys. I'm not a very good teacher, but the video was requested, so I wanted to try to help out. Okay, so using a brush is going to give you more of a fuller coverage, where this is going to give you more of a sheer coverage. So it's really just a matter of you playing around with the tools, or if you want to go old school and use your fingers, use your fingers. The warmth from your hands is also going to help spread that product out, and it's still going to give you a flawless finish. So it's really just a matter of preference of what you want to use. Like I said, this will sheer out. Like if you've applied, let's say, too much in this area here, and you're starting to see creases in your laugh lines, just take your sponge and pat up that excess product. That's what I do. Because sometimes I can be a little heavy-handed, so I'll just go over those areas, and my sponge is going to pick up that excess product. Okay, so I'm going to go into concealer. If you have dry skin, you're going to want to use a concealer that is either a satin matte finish, or a satin finish, or a hydrating dewy finish. You do not want to use a mattifying concealer under your eyes, because it's going to get really dry, it's going to start creasing, cracking, and it's just going to look horrible. It's going to age you, okay? If you have dry skin, you definitely want to use a mattifying concealer unless you have dry under eyes. So the two that I can think of that come to mind, actually there's three. Now, you can use the Instant Age Rewind if you have dark circles, any other kind of blemish underneath of your eyes. This is a really great concealer for both dry skin and oily skin, okay? Just if you have dry skin, I would recommend not using too much. You just want to do like a dot here and a dot here and blend her out, okay? If you have dry skin, my favorite is the Jordana Take Cover Concealer, and this is like a hydrating concealer. It's really dewy and luminous on the under eye, and I love it. Now the other concealer, oh, I can't find it. I think it's in one of my other bins. There's another concealer that is only $5. You can pick this up at Walmart, Target, or online, and it is the e.l.f. Camo 16-Hour Wear Concealer. It's full coverage, and it's not going to budge, but it is very, very mattifying. So if you have like oily lids and oily under eyes, I would totally go for that one. You can also pick up one like this. This is the L'Oreal Full Wear Fresh Something 24-Hour Concealer. This one is full coverage as well, but to me this is a little more mattifying. So this I can't use on my under eyes, but I will show you guys later on in the video how I put this good thing to use. So I am going to go in on one eye with this Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer and show you guys how it works. And I'm going to go in on the other eye with this one and just show you guys the difference. Okay, so taking the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. Now, I don't have a ton of bags or blackness or, you know, like blueness under my eyes, but I do have some blemishes. So what I would do is just start out with a tiny amount like this. And you can either use a sponge, your fingers, or a brush. I prefer a sponge. And you're just going to pat it out on your under eye. You can take it up on the lid as well. It's not going to hurt anything. And you just want to blend it out really nicely. Now you can see from this side of that eye, there's a brightening effect going on. You can add more. Just don't gob it on all at once because it's going to get pretty nasty. So taking the Jordana Take Cover Concealer on my other eye, this is the hydrating one. You can just either draw the same kind of a line, and that's all you need. And then if you need to add more, add more. Don't do the full-on triangles because a lot of times, ladies, we don't need that. It's just going to make us look older. Hopefully you guys can see the difference. This one's more hydrating, whereas this one's kind of in between. Again, this one is full coverage, but in my opinion, so is this one. So that is all the concealer that you need. If you need to add more, because maybe you see some dark circles peeking through, add it, but just don't gob it on all at once because you can always add more, but you can't take away, okay? Now, you're gonna wanna set that concealer, okay? So you can either use a loose powder. I don't think I pulled one because I don't generally use them. Or you can use a pressed powder. My favorite to use on my under eyes, because I have dry under eyes, is the Covergirl Healthy Vitalist powder. And it's pretty hydrating in my opinion. It doesn't make my eyes look dry. It doesn't make them look cakey. It doesn't make them age. You can also use a loose powder. This is my other favorite for a loose powder, and this is the e.l.f. HD Under Eye Setting Powder, and this is what the container looks like. I'll show you guys the powder here. Alright, so to use this one, this is how I like to apply it. I'm going to use this powder on this eye and the CoverGirl on my other eye. You're just going to take your sponge and dip it in there, and I like to tap mine off. That's probably more than enough. And you're just going to dot it on your under eye and blend it in. Alright, flawlessly set it. So it looks good. Then, for my other eye, what I like to do is I have specific brushes that I like. And again, you will find what you like. But you can just take a brush or you can take your sponge. I like to swirl my brush in it. Tap off the excess, always tap off the excess. And then I like to press it in to my under eye. Like so. And that's all you need. It doesn't cake, it just flawlessly sets it and makes it look really, really pretty. So now, oh, one more thing. If you have oily skin, you can always go in with the Rimmel Stay Matte. This is about $5 or $6 at Walmart as well. And this is really gonna lock in your makeup and soak up all that excess oil, but again, it's not overly drying matte. It's just a comfortable matte. So even with dry skin, I use this in the summertime to set my face, and it just makes my skin look so beautiful, but it gets rid of that excess oil. If I start to sweat, it just locks in the makeup. So now going into something to set your face with. I have a few options here. So a few of my favorites, especially in the warm summer months to set my face, are the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Powder. This is a very hydrating, beautiful powder. There we go. She's about $13 at Walmart, I believe, but I'm telling you, it is so worth it. I'll actually use this to set my face today so you guys can see it. Did I get the right color? No, I'll have to switch colors. You also have, again from Maybelline, and their Fit Me line. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. This is gorgeous on the skin. Again, you don't want to use too much. You just want to grab a big, large powder brush, tap some out into the lid, swirl your brush in it, tap it off, and just press it into your face. You don't want to swirl because all of that hard work that you just did, you're going to move your foundation around, especially if it's not set yet. So always press, don't swirl, okay? If you guys have any questions or I'm going too fast or I'm missing something, please leave me a comment below or send me a DM. I would love to talk to you. I would love to help if I can. Don't be shy. Now again, you guys, I am not a makeup artist. I'm just a girl who loves makeup, and this is what I love to do. Even before I could wear makeup, I was always reading about it in my mom's Cosmos and 17, Teen Magazine. Y'all, I love makeup. All right, so I just did that, and I'm just gonna start pressing this into my skin because you want to set it. Even us dry skin girls, I can't not set my foundation or it will not last on me for anything. Remember, you want to set your neck as well. You put foundation down there. Now, if you have dry skin, you don't want to use a lot. You do not want to use a lot at all. If you have oily skin, you may want to use a little bit more than we are. You know, you want to set enough powder on your face to keep those oils from peeking through. But remember, you can always add more later throughout the day. So don't put a ton on or your face is going to look super cakey. Now I swirl on my neck because my neck for some reason is really hard to set. I don't know why, but it is. So I just want to make sure. And what I do is just kind of touch my face to make sure that it's set so that I can go ahead and blend my other products over it. For some reason, I have the hardest time setting my face sometimes. But we are all set. Okay. Moving on, what I like to do after I've applied my makeup and set it with powder, just to take away that powdery look, I like to give my face a spritz. Now, this is a setting spray. This is the Milani Make It Last setting spray. I'm trying to get it to focus here. There we go. These are about $10. This will change your makeup game, okay? If you are applying your makeup and you're coming out with that really like intense powder look, this is gonna take it away. And it's also gonna help your makeup last throughout the day. So, just wanna give that a few minutes to set and then move on into contour and highlight, bronzer and blush. So we will be right back. Okay, so you're probably asking yourself, what the hell is contour and highlight? I'm gonna tell you. Contour is basically, should be a whole nother video, but you know what? If you're feeling overwhelmed at this point, skip through this part because you don't need this per se. You can learn about this in another video, but if you wanna watch it, cool. So basically what this is the Wet n Wild Contour Palette. Okay, and this is in the shade Dulce De Leche. They do have another shade. This is just the one that I prefer for my skin tone. And I think the other one would be geared towards lighter skin tones, I believe. Don't quote me though, I'm not a makeup artist. Okay, so what you're gonna do is basically, this shade right here is kind of ashy toned, and basically what it does is it's going to carve out your cheekbones. You can contour your nose with this. You can even make your bottom lip appear bigger. I know, right? Okay, so basically what you want to do is you want to find a brush that's sort of like this that you feel comfortable contouring with. So you're just going to dip it in the powder like so. This one's really powdery, but the pigment, girl, is about $5 by the way. And all you're gonna do is, what I like to do, I start with my forehead. Now I have a large forehead. If you don't do this to your forehead because it's just gonna look weird. I like to make it appear as though I have a smaller forehead. And all I'm doing is buffing that product down to a certain point on my forehead. And what it does is it tricks the eyes into thinking that it's smaller than what it is. It creates a shadow. I'm sorry, you guys. I have a hair in my eye. And it's driving me crazy. Now again, with contour, you want to start off small and keep adding because you can't take it off, okay? So what I like to do is from this top part of my ear here, you want to contour the hollows of your cheeks. I cannot get this hair. Anyway, so what I like to do is I start here and I just go down about probably this much to the top of my eye. Do you guys see that? And that's how I contour my cheeks. Now, I may be doing it wrong, but what you're essentially doing is creating a 3. Up here from the top of your head to the top of your ear, and then you're gonna go down on your jawline eventually. Now, I do it wrong. I start at my forehead, I do my cheeks, and then I do my jawline. But I'm just showing you guys, if you ever forget how to contour, you're creating a 3. 1, 2, and 3. Do you see? And then what I do on my jawline so that it doesn't look so harsh, because basically what you're doing is making your face look slimmer. Do you see that? It's creating a shadow. Like this part of my face is more rounded, whereas this one's like, if you ever get stumped, you can also do this, do the fish face. And that's gonna help you. Just make sure that you blend it out really nicely. I also take mine down my neck sometimes, just because I don't want this harsh line here for people to know that I contoured. The trick is to make it trick the eye. You guys get what I'm saying. Remember, any questions, DM me or drop me a comment down below. Don't be afraid to ask. No question is a stupid question, because you know what? We all started putting on makeup and had to learn sometime. Now, I also have what you call a double chin. So I like to go under as well and just kind of do the best that I can to kind of make this look a little scarce. It's my gobble gobble. Then you can also do it to your chin as well and just kind of contour the sides here. Again, this is a step you can totally skip. You don't have to do this. Okay, so contouring is essentially done. What I like to do is I like to contour my nose. My nose is pretty wide, so I like to suck it in just a little bit, make it look a little slimmer. Now what I do is I have an angled eyeshadow brush that I use, and do you guys see how it's cut? It's angled. So then I just dip it into the powder, I tap the excess off, and I'm just gonna see, you see where your eyes meet here? You're just gonna contour lines down your nose like so. You can start up at the eye if that's what makes you feel more comfortable. If you guys are more into cream products, maybe if you are more mature or you have super, super dry skin, let me know. I would love to do a cream contouring video as well, if that's something that you guys are interested in. I tend to use more cream products in the summertime just because I think that they work better on my skin that way, but that's a whole nother video. So then I like to take any brush and just kind of, this is how I do mine. Okay, so it's not super slim. I'm not going all out today. I just want to get through this video because it's already going to be long enough. Then I like to get the rest off. I like to take the highlighting shade and go down my nose. And it's just kind of showing you, like, I contoured on the sides, and now there's a little bit of highlight there. So then I'm just going to sweep this off. I know it doesn't look a whole lot different right now. It's because I'm, again, trying to get through the video, but usually I snatch my nose where it looks a lot thinner. So you can do that. You're going to move on to your bronzer after your highlight and contour, and this is my favorite one, hands down. This is a drugstore bronzer. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and it smells divine. So all you're gonna do is take a fluffy brush, any fluffy brush that you like, and you're gonna swirl in here. Again, always tap off your excess, and you're just going to bronze essentially in the same places on your cheeks where you would put your blush, in my opinion. That's what I like to do. And you're just warming up your face to give yourself that nice, healthy, beautiful, sun-kissed glow. You're going to essentially put your bronzer where the sun would kiss your face. Now, before I started contouring, I would just apply it to my nose too, because the sun kisses your nose as well. So I like to put some up here. I also like to put a little on my chin. And, you know, if you're feeling like it, put some down your neck. You can also apply this to your chest area if you're light like so. I'm not going to try to show you guys all my goodies, but you can apply it there. If you're feeling super, super light that day, you can even apply some bronzer on here and just give yourself a nice sun-kissed glow, girl. Don't be afraid to use your makeup products. So bronzing is done. Now we're going to move on to blush. Blush, you can wear any kind of colors that you like, essentially. I am more towards like coral tones, peach tones. That's just what I like. I feel like it looks more natural on my skin. But then you can also pick up palettes like this beauty right here for like $10 on bhcosmetics.com. It'll be linked down below in my description box with the shop online with me portion. And there's tons of different blushes in here. But my main thing that I like to tell people is don't go in with your blush. Kind of be light with it. Use a light hand when you're first starting out, because if not, you're going to look like a clown. And you want to blend, blend, blend. That is the biggest thing that I can tell you guys. Always blend. If you don't think that you blended enough, keep blending. Okay? And you're just going to apply that to the apples of your cheeks. And again, you're tapping off the excess. Now, I love blush, so I usually apply a little bit more, but for the sake of today's video, another blush palette that you can pick up for super cheap at Walmart is $6 or on eyeslipsface.com. This beautiful blush quad from e.l.f. Cosmetics. And these are super, super beautiful on the cheeks, you guys. Here, I'll even show you. One of my favorite shades is this one right here. But I'm going to warn you, these are very, very pigmented. So swirl in your brush, tap off the excess, and use this for both cheeks. Because she's pigmented for $6. You really don't need a lot. Alright, so blush is done. Now we're going to move into highlighter. And basically what highlighter does, it is another one of those steps that you don't absolutely need. But if you like a beautiful luminosity to your skin, you can pick up what is called a highlighter. Now they have these in loose versions and they have them in pressed versions. I will show you guys a pressed version. So this loose one that I have is from Wet n Wild. They're a very, very, very affordable drugstore brand that I actually started out using their makeup when I first started with makeup. So you can get this huge jar of it for $5. So you can get this huge jar of it for $5. And the shade that I have is I'm So Lit. I love this. But if you're one of those people, you don't like loose products because they're super messy, you can also pick up a pressed version. This is my favorite one from Maybelline, and this is the Master Chrome by Face Studio Metallic Highlighter in the shade Molten Rose Gold. So I'm going to go with the loose version today because I think it's going to go more with my makeup. And there's several different brushes that you can use to apply this to your face. You have to find what works for you. I like to use a brush like this, which is like a tapered highlighting brush. And that's what the packaging will say. So you're just going to kind of look for something like so. Or you can even go in with a fan brush. I'm going to show you guys applying each on both sides. And literally this small amount, I don't know if you guys can see this. This little amount that I poured in here, that is all you need for your entire face. Now this next step, again, you don't have to do. I like to spray, sorry, let me use the same one I showed you guys. I like to spray my setting spray on my brushes. It just gives that highlighter more pigmentation and it looks gorgeous. So you're going to take one of your brushes and you're going to swirl it into the product. Always tap off the excess. And all you're going to do is highlight the high points of your face, okay? So I like to do my cheekbones. Do you see how beautiful that looks? And then I like to go up here above my brow bone. And then you can use it on your nose, right here on your mouth, and a little bit on your chin. Alright, so using the other brush on the other side of my face, you're going to do the same thing. Swirl it in here, tap off your excess, and you're just going to use the side of the brush and do the same thing. Now, if it looks like a big old stripe on your face, I'm going to blend that out. You're going to take your damp sponge, and you can just kind of do this, and it's going to take away a little bit of that product, so it's not so harsh looking on your face. that, and it just kind of presses it into the skin a little bit more. I love this little trick because, y'all, I am very heavy-handed with the highlighter. I love to glow. But do you see that beautiful luminosity that it gives to the skin? It almost looks like a lit from within glow. Like, whew, it's so beautiful. Okay, so moving on, we are going to do eyeshadow next. I'm going to show you guys the eyebrow products that I recommend if you were just starting out. So first and foremost, if I was just starting out with makeup, honestly, I would want somebody to recommend a pencil to me. Okay, so I like this one by L'Oreal. This is their Brow Stylist Brow Definer, and it comes with a spoolie so that you can comb out your brows. And then it comes with this little itty bitty micro tip like so, and it really just helps you get into your brows and do brow strokes. And that's all you're gonna do. If you guys want a brow video, I will make one, but I'm not the best at doing my brows on camera. I'm just telling you guys that right now. I will look for a really good brow tutorial and I will link it right up here. But yeah, this is a really, really good one. It's not too pigmented to where it's going to make you look like you have markers on your brow, but it's not pigmented enough that it's not going to look natural. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so the next product, if you are looking for something a little more pigmented and you're feeling a little more bold and you have experience with pigment and creams and pomades, I recommend this one. This is the Maybelline Tattoo Studio Brow Pomade. This stuff is excellent. It is only $10, and this is the shade and everything that I use. There's also another one that I recommend that is only $6, and this one is by e.l.f. And as you can see, the e.l.f. one is much bigger, and this is their lock-on, hold on guys, it's their lock-on liner and brow pomade. So this is what it looks like. This stuff is really pigmented. If you get the e.l.f. one for $6, I'm telling you, go in with a light hand. She's pigmented. So if you choose to go with something like this or the e.l.f. pomade, you are gonna want a brush. They typically come like this, but you just want something that is a little really narrow and small so that you can really get in there precisely to do your brows. e.l.f. has one that is $3 or $6. You can pick it up at Walmart. It comes with a spoolie and it's gonna make your brows rock. Now the other thing that I like to use on my brows is a clear top coat, and basically what that is, in my opinion, it's like a hairspray for your brows, but it looks like a mascara tube and it's a clear formula. Mine's a little dirty because I use it a lot, but then when you're done applying your brow product, you're just gonna comb that through and it's gonna lock your brows down for the day. They're not gonna move until you take this off. Just makes them look really well groomed, pretty, and you're popping. Your makeup is popping. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and move on into some eyeshadow. I'm just gonna do a pretty natural look today with two of my favorite eyeshadow palettes. These are from Milani. They're super affordable. They're very pigmented and creamy. But if you guys don't want to pick up something like this and you want more of a selection, let me know in the comments down below, because honey, I can recommend eyeshadow palettes to you guys all day long that have like 15 or more shades or 12 or more shades that are more affordable than this. So these are the Milani Bold Obsessions and Pure Passion palettes. Try to hold them back a little bit better. These are $15 a piece if you pick them up at Walmart. They are $20 if you buy them at Ulta or on the Milani website. These are amazing palettes to start out with. My recommendation is the Bold Obsessions because it's more of a nude everyday palette, whereas Pure Passion has a little bit more color in it. There we go. And it's more warm toned and beautiful and pretty for the summertime in my opinion. So I'm actually going to play with both. More so the Pure Passion one. And I'm going to show you guys just an everyday wearable natural eye makeup look. So what you need to do is get yourself an eye primer. I'm going to recommend a few eye primers to you guys that I love, that I use. I use them all. You don't need them all. Just pick one. So the first one is the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. This is the $5 concealer that I mentioned to you guys earlier in the video. Now, come on, focus. Okay, you can pick this up at Walmart, Target, or if you live close to an e.l.f. store. It's $5. And girl, your eyeshadow is going to pop with this concealer. The reason I couldn't find it is because it's in my eye primer drawer. That's what I use it for. NYX also makes an amazing one. This is the NYX eyeshadow base. And I think this is in the shade Flesh or something like that. This is what the packaging looks like. I think these are about $5 as well. And as you guys can see, it's just a flesh color. The next thing that I highly recommend is the Milani eyeshadow primer. And this is what it looks like. I think it's around $7 or $8. All of these are going to help keep your eyeshadow popping. Like, you're gonna see those vibrant colors, it's gonna blend well, and it's gonna last a lot longer throughout the day. If you have oily eyelids, I more so recommend using a mattifying concealer like this, because that way your eyeshadow is not just gonna slide off your eyelids. Alright, so I told you guys I was going to be using this concealer right here later on in the video. This is one of my favorites at the moment to use as an eyeshadow primer. So you can use a concealer or you can use an eyeshadow primer. The eyeshadow primers are going to work a lot better if you're using cheaper eyeshadows than the two that I'm showing you right now. They're going to make them more vibrant, if they're not as pigmented, and so on and so forth. I really hope I'm not giving you guys too much information to confuse you. Those are not my intentions. Alright, so this is what I like to do. You do not need a lot. Dot, dot. And then I start out with a brush. My favorite brush is the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush. You can pick this up at Walmart for $3. And then I'll just kind of start doing like this and rubbing it around. Then I take my ring finger and I just kind of spread it out even more. The brush does a great job, but your finger is going to help smooth out that excess product so that it's not so thick. Also helps it kind of melt into the eye. And that's what it should look like when you're done. Okay? Do the same thing. Doesn't have to be precise and pretty. Alrighty. So the next step that I like to do is I like to use eyeshadow tapes, and these are what they look like. You can also use regular Scotch tape. Just when you take the tape off, make sure that you touch it a few times so that it's not so sticky and harsh on your eyes. And all you're going to do is you can apply it right here on your face. And what this is going to do is make sure that you have snatched eyeshadow. It's just going to change your eyeshadow game. Your eyeshadow is going to be really, 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 really pretty when you remove these. Now, most people don't use these once they've already put their base on. I'm going to show you how to fix it when I take the tape off. Okay? So I like to use these. And then you want to go ahead and set that eyeshadow primer. I'm just going to take a light shade like so and set my eyeshadow. What this powder is going to do is keep that concealer from creasing so that you can evenly apply your eyeshadow without it looking really creasy and tacky. It's also going to help keep that on so that your eyeshadow applies a lot smoother. Alrighty, so I'm just going to do a very basic 3-color look. Anything more I think is going to be confusing to some people, because when I first started out in makeup, I wore one shade. I wore one shade on my eyelids, and I basically like blended it up into the crease and just kind of diffused the color. But nowadays that I know how to do eyeshadow, I can't wear just one color. So basically what you do is you're going to take a light shade in your palette, okay? And you want it to be a matte shade. I'm going to take the shade right here into my crease, and what that is called is a transition shade. What your transition shade is going to do is it's going to set the tone for your entire eyeshadow look, okay? And it's going to help your other shadows blend out more seamlessly and make them look really pretty, and it's just going to hold the entire look together, okay? So what you want to do is start out with a fluffy brush, and you're just going to dip into your palette. What's going to happen is this, and you're going to want to tap that off. You're going to want to tap it off or it's going to be a little nasty. Bring you guys in a little bit closer. And you're just going to want to, what I like to do is I take mine and apply my transition shade about halfway up to my brow. You're going to want to start out at the back and work your way in so it's not so harsh on the inner crease. And my camera died. Alright. So this is a transition shade, okay? You just want to make sure it's nice and blended. Now your transition shade doesn't have to be perfect, but you want it to look nice, okay? So then you're going to pick another shade. And it could be a darker shade. I'm actually going to take this guy right here. And I'm going to start out with a thinner brush, like so. It's a lot thinner. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to work that into my crease here and on the outer V. You're going to do the same thing and tap it in, excess off, go into your crease, your deep crease, like so. You're going to start blending and then work your way in. Excuse me guys, I had an itch. And then what I like to do is then I go down on my outer V. Now I'm not done blending up here, as you guys will see in just a minute. I usually take mine in on my outer V about halfway in. I don't know if that's correct, that's just how I like to do mine. Okay, then you can still take that fluffy brush. If you want to, you can go back into your transition shade, take just a little bit, and it's going to help you blend this color out. And what I like to do is start at the edges of that color. And then once I think that the shadow has diffused off the brush, I just kind of go down, like work my way down, so that I don't mess with the color of that shadow. You just want everything to look seamless and blend into each other. Now, I want a little more color. So I'm going to go back into this dark shade here. And I'm going to dip back in, tap off the excess. And I'm just going to go right here in my outer V and add some more. And all that's going to do is give you like that smoky effect to your eye. It looks really pretty. Taking my blending brush again. Now again, you guys, these might not be the correct eyeshadow technique. This is just how I do mine. This is how I like to do mine, okay? So you can be done at that point, or you can add a little bit more color. You could even add a little bit more starting out here and diffuse in. I'll take a fluffy brush and do that and show it to you guys. I'm just going to take that same color, and then I'm going to tap that off, and I'm going to mix in a little bit of that transition shade with it. Okay, and you can go up a little bit further, and you know, if you want some more color, do your thing. Do what you like. The great thing about makeup, and I say this in a lot of my videos, is you can wash it off. But practice, 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 practice. That's how you're going to get better. Another thing that I always say is as long as you feel attractive in your makeup, that's all that matters. There's no wrong or right way. Makeup is endless. It's art. It's about you feeling confident and, you know, happy, and, you know, you just feeling it in your own skin. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks about your makeup. Okay. So you could either go ahead and do your brow color. I like to go ahead and do my lid color. So I'm just going to swatch these real quick and see what I want to use. I can't believe it, you guys. I only used one palette. Go me. Okay, so I found my lid color, and I'm going to go ahead and grab her. What I like to use to apply my eyeshadow on my lid is a flat brush like so. You can find these in brush sets. I can even link a few down below that are super affordable. You do not have to spend $20 on brushes, you guys. I got you. Okay, so you're just going to take that. I like to spritz mine with a little bit of that setting spray, and what that's going to do is intensify your shimmer shades. Oh yes, it'll change the game. So I just pat it in there, if you guys can see. And I pat both sides so that I don't have to re-dip in later. Tap that excess off and watch it. These eyeshadows, you guys, are so beautiful. They're so buttery, smooth, creamy. Milani makes beautiful eyeshadows. And then what I like to do is, a lot of times I'll only go halfway in, but generally you should probably go about a 1/3 of the way in. Is that how you say it? Not good with measurements. Don't laugh at me. You can also use your finger, guys. Take your finger and put it in that shimmer shade. And that's how you're going to get major pigment. Do you guys see the difference? If my finger is not in the way. Look at that. So different. Okay? So then you're going to take the brush that you used for your outer V and crease shade. If you got any in your crease, just fix it with what's left on your brush. And then you can dip back in and fix your outer V color. You want to blend it into your shimmer shade. That's all you're doing, is just blending them together. I feel like I always go in too far, but it's okay because that's what I like. All right. Now, you're gonna take whatever kind of brush you feel comfortable with. Me, I like these little guys like this. They kind of, I think they're called a pencil brush, okay? And you're just gonna take a shimmery shade of your choice. And you can even take the highlighter that you used actually for your face. So going into the highlighting shade that we used for our face, I'm just gonna take a little bit of that highlighter, tap off the excess, and I'm gonna highlight my brow bone. That is another thing. You can use makeup products for more than what they are intended for. Same with makeup brushes. It's endless. Be creative. Don't be afraid to use something the wrong way. I use stuff all the time for more uses than what it's intended for. Again, as long as it looks good to you, that's all that matters, girl. Do you. Okay, so our eye is finished for now. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go off camera and do my other eye. Again, you guys, I'm so sorry this video is long, but the more information, the better. I'm gonna zoom you guys out. I will be right back, and we are gonna finish the under eyes, mascara, and lips. All right, you guys, I'm back. Both eyes are done. This is what they look like so far. I'm loving them. I'm loving them. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the eye tapes and show you guys how I fixed my little mishaps, because it is super, super simple. As you guys can see, not a ton comes off anyways. Of course, it would be better to just go ahead and do your eyeshadow first, but just take your sponge, your brush, whatever you use to apply your foundation, and just tap. It's right there. It's all good. So this is how I fix mine. Do you see how sharp your eyeshadow looks? It is so pretty. All right, so I use that, and then I will take my powder brush and just tap, tap, tap. Or you can even do this by now your foundation is dry. So I just go ahead and fix it. And now that my powders are done, I can take this off. I don't mind the hair. It's hair wash day. And yesterday I was testing out a new product and I used too much of it in there, which I can now see chunks of in my hair. So I will be washing my hair right after this video. Oh my goodness. All right, so next step, you want to take something super tiny and zoom me back in. And you're just going to take some of those shades that you used on your eye look and you're going to take them down underneath the eye. Okay, this is a great way to hide dark circles, crow's feet. Girl, you are going to love this trick. When I was younger, I didn't do this trick. But now that I've gotten older, this is a 20-something trick that I do. I won't say it's a 20-something trick, you guys. They probably learned it from a makeup artist. But anyway, so I'm just going to take the shade that I used in my crease. Remember to tap, tap, tap. And you're just going to smoke out your lash line like you're putting an eyeliner on it. That's it. That's it. All right, I'm going to do the same to the other eye. Now you can do more colors and that. Save that for when you get more advanced or what have you, or you're playing around and you're learning more and you're teaching yourself more. And like I tell my mom, keep it super simple. Don't overexert yourself in the beginning. You know, because you're just going to wind up frustrated, you know? It's not worth it. So far everything is looking okay. I'm just gonna take a brush, a clean brush, and I'm just wiping away any fallout that happened while I was doing my makeup, because if you do your eyes after you do your base, you're gonna get fallout. As you can see, I have sparkly under eyes, but I don't care. I'm not going anywhere. So anyway, you can add a little bit of powder to fix that up, and I'll just show you guys that real quick. Again, you're going to use your same under eye setting powder. Swirl and tap, ladies. And you can just kind of clean that up like so. And it does make a difference. It kind of lessens that brightness. Now, there's also a trick that they do where you can highlight your inner corner. And you can just take your same highlighting shade that you used. You can take any color on your inner corner. And all that is you taking a brush and just kind of highlighting right there. And highlighting right there. And again, this is a step you don't have to do, but it just kind of adds a little something extra to your look. All right, let's go ahead and move into eyeliner. Now, personally, I don't really use black eyeliner anymore. I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys out for a little bit. I don't technically use black eyeliner much anymore. I just think that it makes me look older a lot of times, and it's just not my jam anymore. I opt for a brown eyeliner, and I feel like it's great for daytime wear. I feel like it gives me a little bit more of an, I don't know, I just feel like it helps with a more youthful look. I love it with my brown eyes. I love it with all of my makeup looks. I even most of the time wear it at night. If I wear a black eyeliner, it's usually I have on a very colorful eyeshadow look, or I'm going on a very romantic date with my fiance, or usually that's about it for me. But if you like black eyeliner, I'm not talking any shit. Do you? Because I see a lot of women on here still. They use black eyeliner. They look amazing. Do you? I love brown. So I'm just going to highlight. I'm just going to line my inner waterline real quick. Now, I'm not going to do any more because my eyes are starting to water. I have super sensitive eyes, so I try not to mess with them too much. I am going to show you guys my favorite eyeliner ever, and I think it's in this box right here. My favorite eyeliner is by Rimmel, whatever, and it's called the Exaggerate Waterproof Liner. And I love this eyeliner for 2 reasons. It comes with a smudger, and it's super creamy. Okay, 3 reasons. And this eyeliner is going to stay on until you take this bad boy off. No joke. No joke. Also, the smudger that comes on it, I like to use to just smudge out on my liner. And you can do that with any of your eyeliners. I just think it looks really pretty. Also, your smudger comes out, and it's your sharpener for your mechanical pencil. So I think this eyeliner is really great. I always have backups of these. They're about $4 at Walmart, and I can't live without this eyeliner. It literally lasts until you scrub this off. It's that waterproof. All right. For lashes, there are so many mascaras on the market, you guys, and again, you don't have to spend a lot of money on a mascara. Actually, mascaras are something that I'm gonna spend the least amount of money on, and I'm gonna show you why. There are mascaras at the drugstore that are $3 that are amazing, and one of those being the Jordana Best Lash Extreme Mascara. Girl, this is going to give you volume, length, curl. It's amazing, and it's $3. Generally, you can find Jordana at Walgreens. If you cannot find it at your Walgreens, you can also go on their website, and they are just as inexpensive. Another one that I love from the drugstore is the CoverGirl Exhibitionist. And the reason I like this one, if you have been on social media or you've been to your local Sephora, you've been listening to your daughter rave about a Better Than Sex mascara, this has the exact same wand. It has a beautiful formula. It does not dry. It does not flake throughout the day. And it just gives your lashes very beautiful volume, length, and definition. And I love it. But even, this one's about $10, by the way. The CoverGirl Exhibitionist. Okay? But an even more affordable OG mascara, if you search anywhere on YouTube, this was an OG, the L'Oreal Voluminous Original. You can also get this in Carbon Black, but I think I just use mine in Blackest Black. Yep. I use the Voluminous and Blackest Black. Here's the wand. And this is amazing as well. This performs as well as a $24 mascara. $24. $24. $24. And you know what? I always grab my cheaper mascaras. So one that I am loving at the moment is also about a $10 mascara. And this is the L'Oreal Unlimited mascara. It comes in a really fun tube like this. And what I love about this one is when you open it up, you can make the wand angled like so. And I love the brush on this. I feel like it just gives me really voluminous lashes. And when I'm done applying the mascara, I'll show you guys why I love this one. It's just so pretty. Now, I could sit here and do 2 coats, but it's just going to make my eyes water. I have used this in several videos. I will link one right up here for you guys to see, so you can click on that and it'll show me using this mascara in that video. But I also love, because I generally with a regular wand I will get mascara right here, but with this wand, watch, I can get right in there because it's bent. Now you guys, I don't curl my lashes. I don't generally need to. So if you're looking for a good and affordable eyelash curler, I would suggest Revlon. They make a really, really good affordable eyelash curler. Also, e.l.f. Cosmetics is not too bad either. And I think theirs is like $3 or $4. But do you guys see that, how I can get right in there? This mascara is amazing. It will change your lash game. Oh, this eye's starting to water. We're done. Okay, so the reason that I really, really love this mascara is it is very similar, the wand style, to another 20-something mascara. And do you see how similar they are? This one is a little bit fatter, but it literally does the same thing as this 20-something mascara right here. So as you ladies can see, you do not have to spend a bundle on makeup to get a look. You really don't. So last but not least, we are going to get into lips. And I'm going to show you guys some drugstore lip products. Okay, so some of my favorites affordable lippies are, number one, if you like a matte lip, I am telling you, Maybelline all day long, all day long. You guys, their lipsticks are $5. They are one of the creamiest matte formulas that I have ever used without being overly drying. They don't get cakey. They don't do that weird bunchy thing where it's like crumbly, and they last a long time, and they're like $5 or $6 at Walmart. So definitely, definitely check those out. Another one, if you like a more shiny lip, but you want like a full coverage opacity color, I love, love, love Wet n Wild's Mega Shine High Shine lipsticks. This one is in the shade Sun Nudes. And if you are looking for inexpensive lip liners, I highly recommend Jordana lip liners. They're like $3 or $4, and they are amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I also really enjoy the LA Girl lip liners. These are about the same price, and these are like the only pencil liners that I enjoy because they're really creamy. They don't tug on the lips. They're just amazing. So all of these are super affordable drugstore liners. Also, you have one here by Profusion. You guys, if you would like to check out Profusion products that are super duper affordable, I'm talking $4 lip kits, y'all. $4 lip kits. $5 lip kits. I will link my Profusion video up here so you guys can check that out. You can also save money at Profusion. They did give me a discount code for my subscribers, viewers, followers. I do not make anything. It's not an affiliate link. I just want to give you guys a chance to save some money. So I also really like these new lip liners. These are reformulated by LA Colors, and they're just called the Lip Liner Pencil. These are super creamy as well. They don't tug at the lips. You can find a lot of this stuff at Walgreens. So Jordana you can find at Walgreens, LA Girl, CVS, Walgreens. Profusion, some Target and Walmarts will carry these. And LA colors I generally find at Dollar General. So for today's lip, I'm actually going to use the Jordana Rock and Rose lip liner. It's super nude and it's going to match this really well. I'm just going to show this to you guys on my hand here. Do you see how pigmented she is? Here we go. And all I did was a very light swipe. Girl. I do think it is super important to apply lip liner. It's really going to help that lip color not feather outside your lips and be all over the place. That's just not cute. So with these Mega High Shine liquid lipsticks, you are only going to have to apply one coat. Do you see that? One dip in the tube, y'all. If you are an online shopper, I will leave links down below where you guys can find these products to pick up online. But excuse me because I do the finger test so I don't wind up with lipstick on my teeth. And all you're going to do is stick your finger in and pull it out. I know it sounds really nasty, but do you see all that lipstick right there? That's what it would have wound up on your teeth. Not cute. Last and final step, ladies. Now, you want to get a good setting spray. I did mention it in the beginning of the video when I was setting down my powder. One of my favorites from the drugstore is the Milani Make It Last. This is going to lock down your makeup better than a few of the higher end ones that I will not mention in this video. You do not have to spend a lot of money on a makeup setting spray either. Another one that I really, really enjoy is the Milani Make It Dewy. That just gives you this beautiful, youthful, dewy glow to your skin. It is so beautiful. Unfortunately, I don't have it on my table right now, so we're going to lock it down with the Make It Last setting spray. And girl, don't be afraid to spray your face a good 2 times around. It's really going to help take down any powdery look that you have. It's going to make your makeup just look like it's almost like your skin. It really helps it melt into the skin and it just makes it look so beautiful. So now that we are done with our makeup look, if you guys have any questions for me, please leave me a comment down in the comment box. You can also DM me here on YouTube, or you can send me a message on Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, it is at BUDGETDIVASCLOSET. That will also be linked down below, and follow me on social media. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. This was so fun. I felt like I was sitting down with a group of girlfriends teaching them how to do makeup. I know that all of my techniques are not the proper way to do it. Again, you guys, I'm not a makeup artist. I'm just a girl that's completely and utterly obsessed with makeup. And I really enjoy if a woman asks me a question about it and I can help make her feel more confident about wearing makeup or experimenting with color. I love uplifting other women. I think it's very important. I love making them feel good about themselves and helping other women to be more confident, okay? So don't be afraid to play with makeup. It washes off. It all washes off. You guys, it washes off. You're not doing your makeup the wrong way. There are no rules in makeup. This is the one place in life where you can experiment and be yourself and just have fun with it. Have fun with it, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you are new here, what's up? My name is Tash. I hope that you will hit that subscribe button before you leave and the bell notification so that you are notified each time I upload. I upload 3 times a week on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.